So this has all the Mondays, except for the one thing, this is all Thursdays. Okay.
The formal conversation.
Just start.
Is that where that's going to be? Like before you, where you,
We're gonna have to
all
provide
that.
police protection.
Always have a sign up there.
Another copy of those.
That's where that would be. Yeah, if we close it, it would be. Yeah, that's what I want.
You're gonna send those to Debbie and then?
Yeah, I already signed it. That's where that is. Yeah, as far as I go, I have no problem with that. Yeah, thank you very much.
Do we have to have inspection for that, or is that included? Or?
Good to have inspection for that. We'll talk about that in January.
Do we have any other questions regarding East Main Street? All right, thanks for coming.
Thanks for the invitation. I'll be in touch.
Next item, let's go back to the beginning of the agenda, reading of minutes and approval. We have the minutes from the December 15th work session where I called the meeting to order. Dick and I were there. We discussed Sam Milroy and some plans for 2017. We didn't make any final decisions. Any additions, subtractions, deletions?
I move that we approve the minutes.
I'll second, that motion carries. The other set of minutes is from December 5th, 2016. I won't read through all of them as you have a copy of them. Clerk Treasurer Aldrich got change the Xmas to Christmas.
I move that we approve those minutes.
I will second, that motion carries. That was December 5th. Next, we've got the claims. Mr. Bradshaw, do you have any questions concerning the claims?
Are we up to date, paid with Milestone with those claims?
Be right here.
Okay.
Does that include alleys? Have we got the bills for alleys yet?
Yes,
That's
I
in there.
turned that in, correct.
I know we already paid half streets. That also includes East Main.
Correct.
I move that we approve the claims.
I will second that. We have a motion and a second to approve the claims as presented. That motion carries. There's one that we didn't sign last time over
Who do we do more? Oh, this one.
there. Yeah, that's just from last meeting. We already approved it. We just didn't have,
We gotta
so we
start.
didn't sign it. Next item of business, department head updates. Chief, we have your report. Craig and Aaron on vacation. Thanks for showing up today. Dick, who was working, texted me and said he couldn't be here, so. Do you have any questions for Aaron, Craig, or Chief? That's Chief's report. Nothing on the full moon, Chief?
No, no mayor.
Nope.
I'd like to thank Chief for doing the DARE program again this year. It's a good program, teaches our youth
Thank you,
to
Mayor.
stand for drugs and violence, and I think they all took a liking to them.
Amazing.
It was a good event. Had some good essays. 4 students wrote essays about DARE and what they learned, and they're really good. 5th graders can write.
That's a great role
Pretty
model,
well.
Mayor.
Especially that one little girl.
Oh, that's
Do
right.
you go into the school to do that?
Yes, yes, a 10-week program, going to the school, finishes with a ceremony where we give all the kids a t-shirt, and 4 of them, one selected from each class writes an essay that's selected to be read at the graduation. But all the kids write an essay that talks about what they learned in DARE, so we get to find out exactly what it is they learned, which turns out pretty good.
Have you any way to evaluate the effectiveness of that kind of a program?
It's difficult to, quantify the actual results, to put it in numbers, I suppose, but I think we reach a lot of kids, and you can tell what they've learned by what they usually write in their essays. So that's the big quantification, I think, is what we end up seeing in their essays. Of course, they're 5th graders, so hoping they retain something. that's the age they're most impressionable. So I think we reach probably them at that level better than any other level in school.
You know, I would be willing to bet that your presence in there is just as important as that program. The fact that they see you, talk to you, interact with you, that's a big problem, particularly since police stopped walking.
Mhm.
You know, a policeman is in a car, and
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The presence issue is very important for kids to be able to see a policeman, and have communication with them, and talk with them, and be able to feel that they're a real person instead of just someone in a car. Or,
can we now expect to see you out 7 o'clock every morning walking around town?
I'll see what I can do about
Let's
that.
wait till March.
But I still think that's critical, and
I do too.
the last guy who did that, I think it was important, and I realize that bank robber goes speeding by, you probably can't catch him, but hopefully it'll be worth that.
That's right.
I think Dick's volunteering to be deputized, maybe to walk around.
I walk uptown every day, and I think about how many people we have walking around this town, especially in the afternoons, even on weekends and Saturdays now. You look at the parking, and lots of people down there.
Mhm.
And the stores love that. The stores love to see you walk in the door. It's critical.
I agree. Thank you.
Superintendent Lyons and I went over plans for 2017, looking at his budget. I sent you a copy of that earlier today. We've got to finalize some numbers. Superintendent Lyons is going to reach out to Chris Oakes to see micro sealing and crack sealing, utilizing the pavement asset management plan put together by HWC. So we should know more about that in January and February. But it looks like we have a good lineup of things to do next year. Another busy year.
So he won't run out of things to do, is that
I don't think that's gonna be the case.
good?
And then Greg.
Give me.
Okay. I did talk to Dick. He said he's still waiting to schedule the backtrack. Didn't hear back from them. So, we found out we have good water. Well, that's good news, right? And the well across the river, no nitrates. Had iron and manganese, but we expected that.
So I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. Good well fields.
We wish it was 5 miles closer. 3 miles closer.
That would help.
I think Superintendent Myers made a nice snowman for us.
I got a question for Craig. Craig, how big a pipe does it take to run that water up here?
20 inch.
From the north well field.
No, from across the river.
they're-
20 inch?
Yeah, they're looking at it. It's gonna be
16.
at least a 16.
So the capacity of that would be, what, 2 million gallons a day?
More than that.
But I mean, pumping through that pipe, is that the limiting factor?
Yeah, they'll design the pipe for the capacity of what all the wells can produce. They're looking at more than 2 gallons or 2 million gallons, so they'll design the pipe big enough for the capacity of the wells.
So would that 2 million be added to our 1.3 million
We're adding
conversationally?
We're looking at 1.5, right?
Correct. It is, and the main goal is to get out of the aquifer that's here, that's drying up, so it's kind of replacing what we have plus more also.
Well, the potential looks great out there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to replace some mains in town where we currently have 8-inch mains that won't be able to withstand the pressure once it comes off a 20-inch main. So looking at Union Street's a big one,
Mm-hmm.
changing that from an 8-inch to a 12-inch main. There's a few of them across town, crossing Deer Creek. I think they had a new main in that.
Yeah, we'll have to upgrade some sizes to get water still up to South Hill and for everybody. The mains that we have in, a lot of the old mains are 4 to 8 inch mains, and where the main of the water is going to come through is not going to be big enough to sustain the pressure and the capacity of the water. So
How much can we get out to Packers? Can we get Do we have to make a new main to go out there, or
We'd have to upgrade. Yeah,
do you have to upgrade, or can you add another one?
We're looking at both options.
So,
yeah. I mean, both ways actually technically is upgrading it too, so.
He's provided us, Mr. Churches, he's provided us with 3 alternates so far. One had a loop that goes, I think it went down 625 west. There,
Yeah,
One
around
of
the
the
Carroll
transfer
Manor,
stations
the
on?
transfer station.
yeah.
Yes.
There's other alternates that he provided, and we're gonna have to look at that and look at cost and talk to IPC and RDC about what's favorable.
it's a step in the right direction for sure, but
Mhm.
another option there.
Yep. We're moving forward. So.
Any other questions for the department heads?
Nope.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll move next to approval of the 2017 meeting schedule. Do the same thing we did towards the end of this year. Regular meetings on the first and third Mondays at 5:30 p.m. We'll have work sessions on the off Thursdays, so it's not the second and fourth Thursday, depending on how the month falls, but on those off Thursdays, department heads won't be required to come to those meetings unless they're asked to if we're talking about special projects. Do you have any questions about those? With the great turnout we get at afternoon meetings from the public.
Do we need a motion to approve this schedule?
Yes, please.
I move that we approve this schedule of Board of Works meetings on the same, basically the same schedule with the changes for the 3 holidays that are listed, plus the Thursday meetings, 9 a.m.
We have a motion to approve the 2017 meeting schedule. I will second that motion. The motion carries. Important to note that the first Monday in January is January 2nd. That's when we observe New Year's Day. So our meeting will be pushed to Tuesday, January 3rd at 5:30. Next, Clerk Treasurer Aldridge requested that we have a meeting just to approve the end of the year claims. We already have that work session scheduled on December 29th at 9 a.m. If you have no objections, we'll go ahead and approve claims at that meeting as well, just for the end of the year stuff.
Okay,
All right.
so we're approving the 29th meeting, and it's on here as a Thursday meeting, correct? Is that
Yeah,
right?
we don't need to approve that. I'll go ahead and let the comment know that
Okay.
we're gonna approve claims at it, but we shouldn't be making any other final decisions. With that, this is the end of the agenda. Is there anything you guys need added? Let me see. Department heads, plan. Dick,
Nope.
any comments, requests?
Nope.
I have none. Clerk Treasurer Aldridge, anything to say?
I got one question, are they all done with Front Street, basically?
I'm all out of answers.
Huh?
He's back on vacation.
I haven't been down there today.
They got the railings up, I just wondered if that was the last thing to do.
We got pavement markings next year.
Pavement markings next year, and I have to go in when the weather breaks and it's conducive to some dirt work and some
There's
seeding,
dirt
but
work
that's,
needs to
yeah,
be done.
yeah,
They gonna put railings on those steps?
yes.
Okay.
That's stellar work, or is that Front Street work?
No, there's some handrail on Front Street also.
Yeah, 'cause those are pretty dangerous
Yep.
if you
No,
don't
they'll
have
have,
somewhere.
they'll have handrails.
You don't understand that when you're young, when you're old, you understand that.
Anything else for the good of the cause?
I move that we adjourn.
Thank you.
Who's what now?